What is the scope of definition of state in Article 12 of the Constitution? Does it include judicial and incorporated bodies? Ans. Part 3 of Constitution of India contains the list of fundamental rights available to citizens of India. This chapter of Constitution has been described as Magna Carta of India. The inclusion of chapter of fundamental rights in the Constitution of India is in accordance with the trend of modern democratic thoughts. Fundamental rights were deemed essential to protect the rights and liberties of the people against the encroachment of the power delegated by them to their government. In Maneka Gandhi v. Union of India, AIR 1978 SC 597, it was observed, their fundamental rights represent the basic values cherished by people of India since Vedic times. They are calculated to protect the dignity of individual and create conditions in which every human being can develop his personality to the fullest extent. They weave a pattern of guarantee on the basic structure of human rights and impose negative obligations on the state not to encroach on individual liberty in its various dimensions. The fundamental rights as incorporated in Indian Constitution can be classified in following groups. I. Right to equality. Article 14 to 18. 2. Right to freedom. Article 19 to 22. 3. Right against exploitation. Article 23 to 24. 4. Right to freedom of religion. Article 25 to 28. We. Cultural and educational rights. Article 29 to 30. 6. Right to constitution remedies. Article 30 to 235. Fundamental rights given to citizens of India are a guarantee against state action as distinguished from violation of such rights from private parties. Definition of state. Article 12 defines the term state as used in Articles of Part 3 of the Constitution. It says unless the context otherwise requires, the term state includes the following. 1. The Government and Parliament of India, i.e. executives and legislature of the Union. 2. The Government and the legislature of each state, i.e. executives and legislature of states. 3. All local and other authorities within the territory of India. 4. All local and other authorities under the control of Government of India. So the term state includes executive and legislative organs of the Union and state. Article 12 does not make any reference to judiciary, and therefore the decision of a regularly constituted court cannot be challenged as interfering the fundamental rights. In Central Inland Water Transport Corp Limited v. Brojo Nath Ganguly, AIR 1986 SC 1571, it was observed that the definition of expression the state in Article 12 is for the purpose of Part 3 and 4 of the Constitution. The contents of these two parts clearly show that the expression the state in Arti 12 as also used in Article 36 is not confined to its ordinary and constitutional sense as extended by the inclusive portion of Article 12, but is used in the concept of the state in relation to fundamental rights guaranteed by Part 3 of the Constitution and directive principles of state policy contained in Part 4 of Constitution, which principles are declared by Article 37 to be fundamental to governance of the country and enjoins upon the state to apply in making laws. The expression local authority has reference to a unit of local self-government like a municipal committee, a district board, village panchayat, Improvement Trust and Mining Settlement Board. In Mohammad Yasin v. Town Area Committee, AIR 1952 SC 115, the Supreme Court held that the bylaws of a municipal committee charging a prescribed fee on the wholesale dealer was an order by a state authority which contravened the provisions of Article 19, 1g of the Constitution. These bylaws in effect and in substance have brought about a total stoppage of the wholesale dealer's business in the commercial sense. The expression, other authorities, is of vague and broad import. It means a public rather than a private authority. In Ujjain v. State of UP, AIR 1960 to SC 1621, the Supreme Court has held the view that a university maintained by a state would fall within the meaning of a state. A university is a statutory body having legislative and administrative powers. Hence, a university is held to be within the purview of the authority in Article 12. Supreme Court has held in Electricity Board, Rajasthan v. Mohan Lal, AIR 1967 SC 1857 that to be within the expression, other authority, all authorities created by the Constitution or statute must get power under the law. So this interpretation, state electricity boards are the state within the meaning of Article 12. The above decision of the Supreme Court has overruled the decision of Madras High Court in University of Madras v. Shanta Bai, AIR 1954 Madras 67, holding that a university is not a state within the meaning of expression other authorities, as used in Article 12. In Sukhdev Singh v. Bhagat Ram, AIR 1975 SC 1331, the Supreme Court, following the test laid down in Electricity Board Rajasthan's case, has held that Oil and Natural Gas Commission, Life Insurance Corporation and Industrial Finance Corporation are authorities within the meaning of Article 12 of Constitution, and therefore they are state. All three statutory corporations have power to make regulations under the statute for regulating conditions of service of their employees. Subsequently, Supreme Court made even more liberal and broad interpretation of expression other authorities in Article 12. In Ramana Dayaram Shetty v. The International Airport Authority of India, AIR 1979 SC 1628, Supreme Court has held that if a body is an agency or instrumentality of government, it may be an authority within the meaning of Article 12 whether it is a statutory corporation, a government company or even a registered society. Accordingly, International Airport Authority, which was created by an Act of Parliament, was held to be state. In Ajay Hasia v. Khalid Majid, AIR 1981 SC 487, Supreme Court held that society registered under the Societies Registration Act 1898 is an agency or instrumentality of the state and hence is state within the meaning of Article 12. Is judiciary included in the word state? Question whether judiciary is included within expression state or not has arisen in Naresh v. State of Maharashtra, AIR 1967 SC 1, where Supreme Court held that judiciary is not included in the expression of state as provided in Article 12. But in AIR Antile v. R.S. Nayak, AIR 1988 SC 1531, Supreme Court held that court cannot pass an order or issue a direction which would be violative of fundamental rights of citizens, so it can be said that the expression state as defined in Article 12 includes judiciary also.